The Eclipse portal is open, it is active, and it is evolutionary. The dragon that I talked about last week, the dragon is still in play. Rahu, the head, Ketu, the tail. And what makes this so tectonic is that we are in the Aquarian age right now. And the nodes have completely changed as of now. We are dealing with different things for us to learn. What we learned the last 18 months is over. And the Aquarian age is not only about a tectonic awakening, it is also about unearthing the dark energy that has caused humanity and us individually to make choices that are counterproductive for life as we know it. We must see all these actions going forward because the Aquarian age with the node, the North Node in Aquarius means something. Now, astrologers say that the head of the dragon is our destiny. It is what we are looking toward. It's what we are meant to find. It is where our authenticity sparks and we have real, fateful life experiences. While the tail is what we've mastered. We have to get over it. We have to leave it alone. Now, the Pisces eclipse, August 28th, is a whole nother thing. Welcome. I'm Taylor Marsh, author and host of Blew My Mind podcast. For centuries, humans have looked to explain our existence through spirituality, through the stars, and then through religion, where everything we learned beforehand, we were to let go of because structures were built and man was supposed to live a certain way. That is very, very different from where we stand today. Today in the 21st century, we are beyond fear, which is what drove ancient man into societal constraints like religious institutions and other institutions. Now we have seen that science can take us so many places. It has saved humanity a million times. But the explanation of life still begs more questions. And that is because we have denied the experience of humanity, of humans, as the only real facts that a person can ever know. We have to look at our experience, which we see through the seasons, through months, and through our emotions, which we can see play out over the course of the year. Some months you feel good in, some months you feel lost, then some power comes back. The philosophy I talk about is a way to gear yourself so that your emotional world is connected to something. And that emotional world has to be connected to truth. Now, one of the things that's really important to understand is between 2025, January 2025, and July 2026, one person stands out as representing the age that we are leaving, and that is Pope Leo. Pope Leo came into power last year, and his representation has been amazing on so many fronts. And it is his humility. He represents what Leo South Node solar eclipse is all about. He has changed what the Catholic Church means to people like me forever. He even made statements about Mary Magdalene. He has put more women in places in the Vatican and in the church more than anybody else. He also has a different idea about the church's mission. And this is so important because of how humanity has been tied to our holy books, no matter what your religion is. The Catholic Church really started the societal building. And he has said, when it comes to sexuality and things of this personal nature to humans, this is not his charge. This is not the charge of the church. It never should have been. The church is about a Piscean element, which was the North Node the last 18 months. And inside an Aquarian age that has just begun, it is a synchronicity that reminds me that at this point in time, my whole life has turned into something very synchronistic. And it has just been a wonderful experience after much turmoil and trauma and confusion, because this type of work that I'm doing now has never been respected. It has been seen as heresy to talk about the things that astrologers, people, scientists like Copernicus have been talking about for thousands of years. But once religion took over, it lost credibility. In fact, it was seen as heresy. God energy creates everything we do. And there's nothing that comes through us that could possibly be against God's order. And Pope Leo rising in this moment when Pisces, the March energies, were the North Node, and Virgo, the strict regimentarian of organized religion, was to be let go, in my opinion. This was synchronicity in the extreme. And during the Aquarian age, when our egos and our humanly charms and everything is supposed to be secondary to the collective, to have someone like Pope Leo leading the world religions, as I see it, is just such a beautiful thing. Now, one of the things that we will experience at the end of August is the last Piscean eclipse. This one will be lunar. It is not technically a blood moon, but as far as I can tell, it is as intense as any blood moon that you can have. And this is a release point. It is a release of crutches that we can no longer rely on, because the Aquarian age is the great awakening. It is technology. It is AI. It is beyond what we have constructed so far. And then in February, at the end of February, we have the last Virgo lunar eclipse, another point of release. But these two eclipses are different because the nodes have changed. We are letting go of what we have learned. We are taking the Piscean destiny point, which is faith in things rather than knowing every detail, and we are making it manifest through the Aquarian mind. We are now in a place where it is time to look at what happens when a person, any person, lives through truth, lives through honesty and instinct and beyond themselves into a place where we can lead the collective into a greater place because we have let go of the dark energy that has given us the same thing over and over again. Now, in the United States, in November, we will have a first look at what we have been able to achieve through the collective and through the node of Aquarian and the energy being destiny and moving to the unknown, moving to a great awakening. The collective that is supposed to be the focus instead of our personal self, we'll see how the choices have changed, how people have looked at the dark energy that seduced them and realize it is ending up in a ditch, is my favorite expression for this, and how the politicians that are led by narcissism, everybody who's a leader has to have some sort of narcissism, but they don't take themselves so seriously that they can't admit a mistake, they can't change directions, they can't move forward into an Aquarian mode rather than a 20th century dark energy mode. There are a lot of dark energy characters that come up during election time. This is a point of the collective. It doesn't matter what your politics are, what your partisan politics are. That ego attachment to having a politician be right and be your charge, that is also Leo and should be dispensed with. What we have to work on is the collective good, and that's what must drive the November elections. And we are going to see if that's true. And we will have an eclipse at the beginning of February, a year after the first Aquarian eclipse, and we will have a weigh-in on what has happened. And these times that we're living through right now in August 2026, however, we still have work to do. We have a lot of work to do. And we will be in a building mode from now until mid-December. We are building a structure. We are going to see the karmic outcome around Christmas time. We are going, a lot of actors are going to, with dark energy attached to them, are going to leave the space. We will always have dark energy around, but right now, it started with the planet of good luck and blessings and that kind of energy being in the sign that is America's sign. And we had some help with that, but Jupiter is in this mix and it expands whatever has energy. And the collective has the energy, but we each must make better choices. We are responsible. These people that are in office, the people who are running corporations, the lack of accountability, this is up to us. Each person must self-evolve. There's no other way to say it. It works in our lives very slowly. The longevity part is a myth because when eclipses come, especially lunar eclipses, we lose. And if you're in a dangerous grab a hold of everything and keep everything tight, you are going to lose something. It is interesting that Pope Leo let go of topics that he did not feel was the center were the center of his power. And he got more power by not getting into you have to follow these rules, you have to be in this box. And he said, no, we have to take care of everyone. We have to help those less fortunate. It is a seminal evolutionary moment in the long path of our religiosity as humans, that we would be blessed with someone. And I have had so many disagreements with the Catholic Church, primarily starting with Mary Magdalene's place in it. But that's another story. But Pope Leo has really taken that Piscean North Node image and the dragon. It's an incandescent look. This dragon is not. It comes from the Hindu myth at way like 1500 BCE to 500 BCE, but the modernization of it is quite different. And we have this dragon. We have the tail that whips with Leo and wants attention, but he has to play to the Aquarian node, the node that is for all the collective good. Now, I want to read something from Darker Than Blood, which was published exactly a year ago this month, and I hope it resonates with you. This chapel reminds me of the mysterious elements of life, that it is okay to accept guidance from spirits beyond our known world. We are never alone unless we choose. Father Glenn helped me when I was lost, the one who said God was not finished with me. I love this man, but I will not budge on what experience has taught me. He is as sure about heaven and hell as I am sure humans make both on earth through our choices. Father Glenn's face is serious. He advised me long ago that my premonitions were unholy. You have stepped beyond where the church can offer aid, he says. I am here to listen. Now, Father, I do not come here to be aided by your church, which has fallen in the eyes of the people. Look straight at him. Rome forgot to evolve. A broad smile across his face. Oh, how I enjoy our talks. No one has the courage to speak to us the way you do. It is deserved. Survey the chapel, the beauty and grandness, and think of the rituals worshipers covet. Women do not need men to commune with God. You are not wrong, he says. As a humble servant, I know nothing of such things you talk about. Think about it, I say. The only people Jesus could trust were the women because they did not want anything from him. The men did. Father Glenn laughs. You have a vivid imagination. True. Father Glenn looks at me. You are leaving us. What gave me away? You summed up our discussions over many years, he says. You want me to remember why you became an Episcopalian, not a Catholic. Good one, Father, he chuckles. How about we pray Pope Leo brings healing to us all? Yes, smile at him. I would like that very much. Father Glenn bows his head. Eyes closed, my mind begins to calm. We sit together in silence, not for sure how long. When I open my eyes minutes later, Father Glenn is gone. The eclipse season is a moment that we can change, that anything is possible. And the one thing you can do, the one action you can do during this season, which lasts well beyond the end of August, is receive. Receive the energy, let it hit your emotions, let your instincts rise up, and tell yourself the truth. about where you are and whether what you're doing is authentic to you or if it's someone else's mission. As life goes on, you will find the quicker you do this, the better your life will be. That's what experience tells me. Experience is the new science. Experience is what teaches us. I'm Taylor Marsh. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate it. You can find me at taylormarsh.com. You can find me on the socials. And Blew My Mind is on YouTube and all the platforms you can imagine. Every Tuesday, a new episode drops. Until next time.